Alright, y'all. Got my Texas hat, my Texas look, because the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Yes, everything's big in Texas, and this is a big message. Alright, well, all kidding aside, this is a big message because I was watching my favorite show and The Chosen, and the last episode, and Jesus, Yahushua, Messiah, has this look on his face, and he says he's running out of time. And it is so true. This world, and the world as we know it, is just running out of time. And it's only a matter of time, and a matter of short time, before all these worldwide events, cataclysms, and catastrophes just start getting set off and happening, and the rest of the book of the Revelation just goes boom, 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 and just the rest of it just manifests. So what's on the horizon? What's at the doorstep? Well, worldwide economic crash as they move from the worldwide dollar to another system, as they do a reset globally, global financial reset. The world conflict, which is World War III, which everyone is going to be involved in. Every country is going to end up on one side or the other, and just going to be crazy. And unfortunately, the Europe and the Americas, specifically America, are going to get nuked. It's just going to happen. So, yeah, it's all it's all right there at the doorstep. And we are running out of time. We're running out of time to get fervent in our relationship with the Almighty, because that great time of testing, everything in Matthew chapter 24, is going to happen soon. And we have to be ready to endure to the end. We have to be so strong in the faith that we faint not, that we do not deny Him, that we can say no to all their plans, to the coercions, the pressures, no to the one world system, no to the one world religion. And we are already in Revelation. We are in chapter 6. And we've already passed through the first part of chapter 6 and going into the next phases as the horsemen are set. The rest of the horsemen, I should say, are set to ride. Their path is being prepared now. They are in the chutes, kind of like if you go watch a horse race, they're in their chutes, and they are going to receive that the starting gun, and just boom, they're going to be let out, and just everything's just going to happen. Boom, 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 boom. We have to discern the times that we're in, and we have to use the little time that's left to be prepared, to be strengthened and matured in the faith, to be able to go through everything in Matthew 24, and where it says, those who endure to the end shall be saved. There will be a deliverance. through everything manifested in the book of Revelation, there will be a deliverance for the faithful. But there is going to be a lot that happens before that deliverance comes. I encourage you, read Matthew chapter 24 again. Read that book of Revelation over again. So, let us go through these horsemen real quick. Chapter 6, it says, "And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals." See, the seals have already been starting to be opened. "And I saw the Lamb open one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, and one of the four beasts saying, Come up and see. And I saw, behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer." Now, you may not realize it, but this first horse has already, that first seal has been opened, that first horse, that white horse, has already gone through to conquer. He went forth conquering. He's already went forth conquering and has already conquered. That white horse. So what can come to your mind when you think of white? Medical coats, doctor coats, medical system. It says, "He that sat on him had a bow." Now that word bow, it's not what we typically think of as a bow, the bow and arrow, the weapon. No, that word in the Greek is toxon. So bow, do that word study. That word that's translated as bow is toxon, which means a simple piece of fabric. So it says, "I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, a toxon, a simple piece of fabric." Remember these lovely things? So the white horse went out. He had a bow, a simple piece of fabric. And what has the whole world been subjected to? Having to wear one of these, being muzzled up, being submitted to the white horse. His bow, his simple piece of fabric. It says, "A crown was given unto him." Crown. In the Latin, the word for crown, yes, you guessed it, C-O-R-O-N-A. Latin for crown. And if you know how to do the gematria calculation on that, well, there's 3 words for it. That Latin word for crown, first word. Second word, waxination, 19. So crown, waxination, 19. And the gematria on that, you can't even make this stuff up, calculates to 666. And the 19 equals AI. So if you understand what these jabbies are, the nanotech that's in them, and the MR an A, then you can start to realize a little bit of the agenda here. They want to program us, make us hackable. They already said that they can, that they're at the point where they can make humans hackable because of bang, bang, because of that nanotech and the gene editing tools. And so, that corona, dang it, I said the word. So, yeah, that wax ID calculates to 666 ID, calculates to AI, and that is what they're putting in us. Nanotech technology that builds a grid within us that makes us, hey, this is crazy, but it makes us able to connect via 5 and 6G technology, connect to a grid. I mean, this is where it's ultimately going. We're going to be able to be, we're going to be like one huge antenna connecting into that's huge 5-6 worldwide 5-6G grid. Will be fully trackable, traceable, hackable, even programmable, even able to be shut off, shut down, if you know what I mean. So crazy times that we're in. And so, and you know what? A lot of us don't know this. Who the people that we look to as our spiritual guides, elders, teachers, they have failed us. But with the technology, with the knowledge running to and fro, we can investigate this for ourselves and discover the truth of really what all this is and where it's heading. And so, again, behold, I saw a white horse. He that sat on him had a bow, tucks on simple piece of fabric. And a crown was given to him, the Latin. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. And so that's the white horse. And that's what he did these last few years. He went forth conquering and he conquered. So seal number 1 in the first white horse. That's been fulfilled. Continuing on, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard this second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given him a great sword. So that red horse, that conflict, that war, and that great sword is going to be that great last World War III. And there will be nukes going off. It's going to be probably worse than World War I and II combined in as far as the damage and the casualties. The whole world's going to be in chaos and conflict. Nukes are going to be going off. Millions upon millions are going to die. And that could happen anytime. As Russia just said, hey, don't cross over there in Ukraine, in their provinces that are theirs now. Don't cross this line. Don't don't send anything this way, don't attack anything over here, because these are technically, for the most part of Russia, and you do not cross. I gave them the kind of like the Rubicon. If you know what that is, you don't cross the Rubicon, and we just recently, the West, crossed that Rubicon. Sent attacked over there, attacked targets, sent missiles over there, caused casualties on their side. So Putin, and look up, you can even change your search engine to another country, so you can go and look into the Russian press and what Putin is actually saying, and over the whole televised media over there throughout the whole country, what he's saying. And retribution is coming. We will get our payback. The West will get its payback soon. And they discontinued that START treaty. The nuclear treaty, Putin just ended it a few weeks ago. So he's not bound anymore by that nuke treaty. And he has said he will use nukes outside of Ukraine. So the West is getting beat down big time. It's coming. The nukes are going to go off. And believe me, we are going to bear the brunt of the nuclear exchanges. There's even some crazy policy that I think Clinton put in place that said in the event of a nuclear war, the U.S. will take the first strikes. You think our government cares about us? This evil scumbags. But anyways, that was the second beast, the second rider, the Red Rider. And we can see that, again, the way is being prepared for these last three, the other three horsemen, and the Red Horseman is about to be set loose upon the earth in that great sword. Verse 5, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. See, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And again, like I said, the way is being prepared for these other horsemen, and this black horse. That is the financial system and the times of great want and scarcity, and how that you think inflation's crazy now. It's going to be probably going to end up being as bad as when you needed a wheelbarrow full of cash after World War II to buy bread over there in Germany. So they're saying here, a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And a penny's not like as we think of modern penny today. That's just their unit of measurement. So back then, like a penny could be a day's wage. And it was also made out of, money was metals backed back then. So a penny, day's wage, it was a day's wage. So a penny back in that day was of value. So it's not going by the standard of what we think of as a penny. But the scripture is saying that a measure, measures of wheat, barley for a day's wage. You're going to work all day, then some, maybe even more than a day, and earn just enough to get a little morsel to eat. And we can see that already being set up with these food shortages, all the sabotage, to our food supply worldwide. And so, when this goes off, the Red Rider goes, the big conflict, uh, the world economic system crashing, and we are going to be also at that point with the Black Riders going out, and food and water is hard to find, and everything will be so expensive. Scarcity, famine. Verse 7. And when he cried and opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And the better and more accurate translation for pale is green. So I looked, and behold, a green horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Power was given unto them to over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, with hunger, with death, and with the beasts of the earth. And so when the green horse comes, the fourth part of the earth, he's going to kill with the sword, with hunger, with death, with beasts of the earth, with pestilences also. In this green, there's a few things that tie into the green horse. One is the green agenda. So one big thing of the green agenda is they have an anti-carbon initiative agenda. But when you boil that all down, see, carbon is not bad, because all the trees and all the plants need the carbon, and then they take the carbon in, they let out oxygen. So we are breathing out carbon, and we take in the oxygen from the plants. It's like a symbiotic cycle, a beautiful system of the Almighty, where we and the earth support each other. And of course, humanity hasn't done a great job on our part of it, overall. But that's neither here nor there. But saying that we expel the carbon, and then one of their commandments, if you will, from the Georgia Guidestones is to have the population of the earth at 500 million or below. So there's 8 billion people right now. They want to reduce that to 500 million, if that. So what's the real carbon that the green agenda is going after, is targeting? You guessed it. Us. And so there's that. So there's that green agenda. And then also, they're looking to make a worldwide vaccination ID, and that is being called the Green Pass. Now, they already experimented with it in Israel a year and a half ago, where they locked everyone down. They locked down the goods and services and the medical services, and you couldn't go to the store, you couldn't go to the hospital unless you had this green pass, saying that you had all your bang. So, and there were people starving, there were people dying because they couldn't get the medical help, attention that they needed, the services. They couldn't travel outside their province, I think. They couldn't go and see family that lived abroad. And there was a great cry coming out of Israel because they had instituted that green pass. And then, to top the green all off, right, is the global brain. Now, they already said that the singularity, they could launch it within a year. Before 2025, they could actually have it up and operational. But their target is 2030. So by 2030, their goal is to have the globe covered in this grid and be able to flip on the singularity. AI. You know all the movies about AI, right? Terminator and such. I believe it. Skynet's really a thing. It's really a company. It's really a one of those agencies that seems to be directly involved in this kind of thing, the surveillance and the global network going towards the singularity, the AI. So the artificial intelligence global brain will be here by 2030. Now, there is a company heading this up in Saudi Arabia at the forefront of this AI, this singularity. So there's a Japanese company in Saudi Arabia that's at the forefront of this to develop it and get it going. But the thing is that they are being backed. Like all their money, all their funding is from Saudi Arabia. So the company, Japanese company developing the AI, global brain, singularity, artificial intelligence, that they will switch on by 2030, is being funded and basically controlled by Saudi Arabia, which is a Muslim country. So Muslim is known by what color? Green. And they will put everyone in a social credit system. And if you're not a good enough citizen by whatever crazy standards they're going to have, then guess what? Your social credit score goes down here, and everything's going to be based off social credit score, and so you're not going to be able to get loans. You're not going to be able to do business. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things economically. You're not going to be able to go places. You're not going to be able to have access to probably maybe stores and hospitals because your credit score is down here because of a system set up by AI that is going to be controlled by a Muslim nation that is known by the color green. Whew, yeah, so you have the green agenda, you have the green pass, you have the social credit score, and the global AI made by a green country of Islam. And so you can see how this first seal is opened. He already went through and did his thing. The black horse, the red horse is coming, and the black horse, and then the green horse. And it's just going to be boom, 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 boom. Everything's going to happen quickly after that red horse is released. And then that's not to mention after, when all this stuff is going on, probably simultaneously, the judgments of the Most High are going to start happening also. Global cataclysms. Now they're already doing all kinds of things with their weather technology. And weather technology is real. Weather warfare is real. It's been happening. Kennedy was already talking about it as existing and being used, when he was president. And they were using it already in Vietnam to create these huge rain systems to flood out, all the Viet Cong and their supply routes and their camps. And now, in the last decade, they have just really perfected it. You know what they do? Countries that don't want to play ball or resisting, giving them a hard time, whatever. Let's send them some freak storm. Let's cause a dozen crazy super tornadoes on steroids in this area. All right, let's flood this area out. Let's bring in the jet stream from the ocean and just send massive rain in this areas and flood them out. Let's use our golden eye. Yes, that's a real thing. James Bond movie. Yeah, it's reality. Let's use our golden eye and send a high energy pulse laser into the land and just blow it up. Blow up a building. That building that blew up in Lebanon, you could see in the footage, I don't know if you can find it anymore, where this red, the laser comes in, there's this intense red dot in the building, and then boom, it blows up. Yeah, that was the GoldenEye weapon. Direct energy weapon. They got so many things they could use. They could send out, just like what happened in Turkey, they could send out a ship out there that has the HARP technology on it, link it up to CERN or whatever have you, focus all the energy and pressure there in that area, and boom, cause a huge earthquake. Russia has it. This is all, you could find this information, but Russia has the Poseidon weapon, where Russia can, and this is what happened, I think, to Japan with the Fukushima. Russia and Japan were actually in a dispute, but with the Russia's new Poseidon weapon, they can go to the ocean floor, dig a hole in there, drill a hole, put a nuke, in the ocean floor, and then blow it up. Boom! Next thing you know, a huge earthquake and, crazy tsunami comes. It's probably, it's one of the things that's going to happen to the east and west coast here. It's the Poseidon weapon. And aside from tactical nukes also. But they can do so many crazy things. But then, the Almighty also is going to be sending his judgment. And so a lot of craziness is going to happen soon, very soon. And let's just go over this one more time. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of his seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown in Latin was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another, that there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. I heard the voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, 3 measures of wheat, of barley for that day's wage. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." And we had opened the fourth seal. I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, behold, that pale green horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Power was given unto them to the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, with hunger, with death, with the beasts of the earth. It makes me wonder with the beasts of the earth. They're gonna make us sport for them, just like in the old Roman Colosseum days. But after that, fourth seal